What's up, y'all? We back at it. We got a few more episodes left of season 8, My Hero Academia. And I gotta say, hey yo, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Don't judge me, man. Hey, look, this shit was emotional in the manga, but hey yo, watching it in an anime form, hey yo, this shit had your boy teary eyed, man. Hey, this was one of those episodes, man. This was one of those episodes. And my favorite line out this whole episode was, hey yo, tell him Shigaraki destroyed things to the bitter end. Hey, that line was so cold. It was cold in the manga and it was cold in the anime, but just this episode having every hero damn near involved with this race as Deku tries to make it to All for One and get that final strike with the final remaining ambers of One for All. It was. I feel like this is one of those episodes of anime that will be remembered for years to come. Despite how anyone feels about My Hero as a whole, there's some stuff that you can't deny, and that's this final battle was just done so beautiful, and it's just amazing how this is done to the point where it's better than it was in the manga. Don't get me wrong, this was an amazing experience reading it in the manga, but Studio Bones has done such a great job with this series and took it beyond what it was in the manga. It took it to a whole nother level. There were people out here who wasn't too fond of the ending of My Hero Academia. They said there was things they didn't like of it. They weren't a big fan of. And you see that the anime kind of like touched up parts where you're like, you know what? I wasn't looking at it the way the mangaka intended me to view it. And then you have it where seeing it animated, you can see like, oh, okay, this is the real vision he had. Seeing this stuff in motion, I'm able to realize what he wanted us to realize. And oh man, this is just such a beautiful moment. Even just like simple stuff like this, like, you know, something you would look at in the manga and maybe overlook, but then seeing it in the anime, you're seeing how big a factor, how much a person contribute to Deku making it to All for One. Like, this is something like I glazed over when I read it. Like, Hurst jumping in, taking that light beam, deflecting it in the direction, which was a very powerful and bold move because that blast probably would have killed Deku. You know what I'm saying? He probably wouldn't have had the strength to take that blast, but you have it where, you know, the invisible girl jumps in and she says, if it's a light attack, I can reflect it. Something small like this in the manga just feels so big watching it in anime. And maybe I'm the only one who feels this way. You guys can let me know down below, but I just feel like Studio Bones has done such a great job showcasing every hero and how they contribute to helping Deku get that final strike. I don't know, man. For me, this is my favorite episode. Everyone working together, seeing how Deku is different from All Might. Because you have it where All for One says it himself. He was like, yo, Deku is weak. He's different from All Might. He's weak. He stumbles. He falls. When you think of All Might, you think of all the battles that he had by himself, fighting as a lone hero in order to make sure everyone's able to smile. But you have it where Deku is weak, and you have it that right there makes others want to stand and aid him in his battle, in his trouble, in his danger. They want to be by his side to help him prevail, which makes him, my bad, got a little tongue tied, but that makes him different from All Might, and I just really like that we get to see this. And it's not a weakness, but All for One would consider it to be a weakness, him being weak. But him being a weak is actually his greatest strength because it makes others want to stand by his side. It makes others want to risk their lives to help him. When you think about All Might, no one helped All Might because it was like he's strong enough to do it on his own. Even when you think about the battle that happened in season 3 when All Might versus All for One, no one jumped in. They may have they may have distracted him, but like as far as like fought side by side with All Might, they allowed him to do it because they believed he was strong enough to do it. And you have it where in this battle with Deku versus all for one. Everyone's helping Deku because they know he's not strong enough. They know he's weak. But that right there is his greatest strength. The fact that he's able to draw people in to help him in this battle. It was just nice. Like even this part with Mike, man. I don't know why, man. It was just a touching moment, man. Just a touching episode. Everyone getting involved, everyone jumping in, everyone trying to help him. Like he even got gentle hero helping Deku. As you can see right here, you got one of his rubber band or whatever you want to call it, quirk abilities to give Deku a little boost right here. Another amazing moment. Like I don't know why, man. I just really feel this episode did a great job of showcasing everyone that's willing to help Deku, especially this moment right here where we got, you know what I'm saying, we got your boy Ida actually being here to grab Deku's hand and like push him forward using his last bit of strength. All for one's trying to figure out what makes this guy different and also realizing his power isn't all that he thought it was. And I'm about to tell y'all in a little bit what's his biggest weakness. But this was just a great moment, man. Great ass moment. Enjoyed it. The only thing I probably would have wished different was that old girl was there to help as well. Granted, I know she got injured. She was on death door. Toga helped her out, but I would have loved for her to be there as well. But you have it where he gets this blast, this blow on all for one, and just, oh, look how beautiful. And I just love how the fact that the name of this episode is Izuku Midoriya Rising. Ah, man. And one of my favorite movies of My Hero, no, my favorite movie of My Hero. I mean, don't get me wrong, all the movies are pretty good. Wasn't the biggest fan of the last movie. I mean, it's okay, in my opinion. I think it's one of the weaker ones. But my favorite moment, my favorite My Hero Academia movie is Heroes Rising, and I just like the fact that this episode is called Hero Rising. And if you look at some of the punches that Deku throw, it's the same type of punches he throw in the movie Hero Rising. You know what I'm saying? But this was just such an epic moment. And then even having parts where Bakugo jumps in to help. But right here, this is the undoing of All for One. So if you think about it, remember at the beginning of the series, and I like how it ties back to that moment with this episode. At the beginning of the series, they say, All Might tells Deku, like, yo, if an unprepared body was to inherit my quirk, it would explode from its sheer power and magnitude. And then you think about the episodes where they was like, yo, one for all is like a cup that's overfilling. If you give it to someone who has quirks, it's like a cup that's overfilling. Now, if you give it to someone with no quirk, then they have an empty cup. So it's not going to overfill. It's not going to crack their cup. Their cup will be able to sustain the water, which represents the power. And you look at All for One, he has multiple quirks. So what he seeks is the reason of his undoing. It's the cause of his undoing. You know what I'm saying? Him seeking his brother made him go after that quirk, and that quirk itself was his undoing. The crazy thing is, he created that quirk by giving it to his brother and allowing it to fuse with his brother's original quirk. It's just crazy how complex that shit is. But yo, this was something else. But this dude able to make his body reconnect with sheer willpower shows his determination. And then you just have it where Deku is trying to get closer and closer to him and get this final blow. Of course, we have it where Category does his little thing, but you have it where Bakugo steps in. I just love this part right here. Bakugo steps in and help Deku get this final blow. Oh my God, this was such a beautiful moment right here. And him telling Deku like, yo, you got this, finish this. I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I know I'm fanboying, but this was just something beautiful, man. This, like I said, one of my favorite episodes. My favorite episode for My Hero Academia. It was just, it was something else, man. And then Deku just getting that final strike on All for One. It was, man. And then not only that, you have it where as this blow is about to connect, you have it where he's able to talk to his brother for a little bit. This part was sad right here. You find out that he considers himself to be nothing without his brother. He loves his brother. He cares for his brother. And all he truly wanted was to be with his brother. But you have it where, Deku allows that to happen. Deku did something where the embers of his brother could speak to him, of the first user could speak to him for just a little bit. And then you also have it where Shigaraki is able to help Deku get that final battle. I mean, that final punch on All for One, like this right here. All the wielders as well as Shigaraki, and then you have Deku on the outside, like all of them working together to get this final blow. Oh man, this episode was beautiful. I don't care what anybody say. Season 8 of My Hero Academia is the best season, hands down. You cannot deny it. You cannot deny it, man. This was just, and you just got, oh man, what a battle right here. This was crazy to see. But I'm curious to hear y'all thoughts on this one, man. How do y'all feel about this episode? And then you just got this moment where Shigaraki is talking to Deku, and he says the line I was talking about, where he says, like, yo, let them know, let Spinner know, Shigaraki destroyed everything to the bitter end. Oh man, this was something else, man. This was something else. But let me know y'all thoughts down below, and I'll catch you in the next one, man. Peace.